Viztone. We're here to talk to you today about video ringback tones. Going to set the scene by just discussing a few problems if I can. First problem is mobile phone use. Perception amongst most people is that calls are expensive, particularly amongst certain user groups, particularly pay-as-you-go. On the other hand, mobile network operators are continually trying to drive revenues, but they come up against this barrier that consumers continue to be resistant to price increases. On the other hand, just a completely different tap, you've got advertisers and brand owners whose traditional channels have been declining for many years, and they're constantly looking for new channels to deliver their advertising messages, alternatives to the web specifically. Well, we believe that video ringback tones is a possible solution. Now, just take a moment to explain what a video ringback tone is, and apologies to those I'm sure who know all about it. The ringback tone are those two tones that you hear whilst you're waiting for someone to pick up your call. So it's that burr, 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 burr that we've all heard a million times a day for many years. And the Viztone innovation is that we'll replace that, those two traditional tones with something more interesting, typically a video advertisement. Now, I'll say right at the beginning that we won't extend the pre-connection period. We won't delay the connection of the user. We'll not inconvenience the user in any way. We'll just fill that monotonous waiting time with something that we believe is more interesting and hopefully more informative. Well, why on earth would a consumer be willing to take advertisements? Well, firstly, as I've already alluded to, we'll make this delivery unobtrusive. We won't extend the pre-connection phase in any way at all. And secondly, we'll make sure that the content's relevant. We'll do that by profiling the user in the simplest sense to start with, and we'll deliver content that they believe is relevant to them. Research shows that resistance to advertisements declines dramatically when users perceive the content as relevant. And secondly, we'll give them cash. We will offer them a revenue share of the advertising revenues generated to incentivise them to listen to advertisements in that pre-connection period. We'll incentivise them by straight cash into an account. We'll link that to reward schemes such as Air Miles and Next Points and Club Card, and ultimately they'll be able to exchange that cash for 3 minutes on their mobile usage. Now, I know I just said I'm against the clock, so I'm going to race on today. Why, then, do advertisers look at this? Well, to advertisers, we offer a guaranteed eye time to a captive audience. You have to listen to that advert because you're waiting for someone to answer your call. Guaranteed eye time and an ability to deliver rich media content. We can offer targeted delivery by profiling the user, and we can also make it time, date and location based. And most importantly these days, we will offer advertisers reporting metrics and click-through responses on how many times their ad's been delivered, how many times it solicited a response, and what that response was. One more why, if I can. If this is so good, why isn't it being delivered from within the networks? Well, delivery of a video ringback tone from within the network is extremely problematic. I won't go into all the technical difficulties, but primarily there are billing difficulties which are extremely difficult to overcome. And the most compelling difficulty is that to deliver it in that way, the user has to make a video call in order to receive a video ringback tone. This is extremely difficult, and it's impossible, I would say, at this stage to deliver this innovation from within the network. Our solution is to develop a handset application which is completed and is available now. Please come and look at the demonstration. We have it here. You can make a call from this phone to any number you like, and instead of the ringback tone, you will see a video whilst you wait for your call to be answered. When the call is answered, you'll get a configurable call to action, which at the moment we have send a text to the advertiser, make a call to the advertiser, visit the advertiser's website. That's extremely configurable. We can make options such as buy now. It's proved extremely popular with companies that we've already presented to in this area. Oh, sorry, 2 slides at once. It's a patent-backed innovation. This is another why. This is why us still. It's patent-backed. We've patent granted in the UK and Australia and filed in the USA. Market size, I'll be brief on this one. We all know how big the market size of the mobile phone industry is. That slide's been lifted almost entirely from a Mobile Marketing Association white paper. Just draw your attention to the line at the bottom as a potential market slightly higher than Google's pay-per-click search advertising transactions on a per-day basis on the web. So it is a massive market. These figures have been verified and re-verified many, many times, and as I say, they're not ours. Exactly how are we doing this? Well, it's basically a mobile app, so it's a free mobile app download. We can deliver it from the traditional online stores, such as the Viztone or the Apple Store. We can also deliver it via the advertiser's own website, which we see as fairly key. What we're looking for today, and what we're looking for funding for, We've developed the handset model. We're looking to complete the development of the back office solution, which will hold accounts and deliver advertisements. Basically, I call this service science. It's not rocket science. It's not an extremely difficult piece of development, and that's what we're seeking the funds for at this stage. That will complete the end-to-end solution. We will then go out and secure field trials with a number of companies that we're already in advanced negotiations with. Again, as I'm against the clock, I'll press on. A little bit of how we got here. We have raised funds to date to get us to this point to develop the technology that we have. We were originally backed by one of the regional seed funds. They have exited and they just have a 2.5% option on the business. We have 2 angels on board that are happy to participate in this round or not, as whatever is best for the business. We're seeking between 50 and 75k to complete the back office system and to roll the application out onto other handsets. At present we're talking Symbian and Nokia at the moment as our starting point. Very quick slide on our team. Martin, our chairman, has a history of successful trade exits in a variety of different areas. My own background is in software. I sold my software business, my last software business in 2004 and 5. I've since co-founded another online business. And James Love is our telecoms expert who fulfills the role of NED with at this stage. Again, I'll press on, but obviously I'm more than happy to talk about that slide in more detail with anyone who wanted to know. Final summary. We have a very large market that we're aiming at. We have patented technology. A couple of brand names on there, Durex and the Government Central Office of Information. Those are the guys who we've initially targeted for the field trials. They are very, very interested, and we are very close to agreeing a go-ahead with those guys. They're ready to go, if you will, as soon as we can tell them that we are ready to deliver the end-to-end service. We've already had an offer for our patent portfolio, which we declined because we're looking to develop the business, hence we're seeking those funds. That's Viztone. Thank you for your attention, if there are any easy questions, I'd be delighted to take them.
Can't guarantee easy ones. Let me just get this right. So I make a call to you on my mobile, and I see a video advert from somebody.
Yes.
I mean, normally when I make a call, I'm holding the phone into my ear.
Yeah, it's understandable. There's no doubt the first component of the advertisement is without doubt audio. So, I mean, if you the demonstration, you get a jingle, which is this is a Toyota jingle on here, a tune. And people's reaction tends to be, what on earth's that? At which point they will see the message on the screen, be it a video, be it a still, be it images, be it a call to action. We talk to the advertising specialists and they say, yeah, audio is great, but if you can support it with imagery and calls to action, then they say that elevates the usefulness to tenfold. But there's no doubt that the audio component is the essential component, and the video, what we like to think, is an equally essential supplement to really drive home the message.
And you think that people will welcome these sorts of adverts? I mean, I must admit, if I'm phoning a utility company and I get told for the 34th time that my call is really important to them and can I wait another 3 hours until they deign to answer, it doesn't half irritate.
Understand that completely, and we've spent a lot of time taking advice and looking into this. The advert may literally last 2 seconds, 5 seconds, as long as it takes for someone to answer the call. We will not extend that period, and we think that's essential to getting consumer buy-in. The average phone answering time is about 20 seconds, which we believe with short snippets, we could actually deliver 2 messages in that segment if we chose to. We're also looking to make it relevant, but I think the key thing is that we're not delaying the user. The advert will cut off, and the call to action is short, so can be play again, because I was quite interested in that before the guy interested in the content. And again, to keep it fresh, the application will refresh itself when it connects wirelessly all over the 3G, all over the 3G network. It will refresh with a new batch of advertisements, a new batch of content. And we've got the ability to do that intelligently, so we can deliver new advertisements based on responses to previous ones. So we're trying to keep it fresh and informative, and above all, non-intrusive.
Are there any other companies in the world doing this?
Yeah, so I mean, the old pocket slide, funny enough, it's the next one. We looked at, there's 3 outfits there. Genie delivering from the network, consequently not in the UK but in the Far East where the network infrastructure allows it. Deliver this type of video ringback tone, let's say. Music Hall in the UK, quite well known, but audio only. Most definitely audio only, and also their role is pop music, so it's a case of pay a £5 to play pop music whilst you wait for people to answer, so it's a subscription-based model. Both going for slightly different markets. Ringo is the nearest to us, video ringback tones in their sense. But they've aimed at, I can take a video on my phone of some personal content and play that as a video ringback tone to someone else or share it with my friends. So they've gone social media route, not advertising route. People in the space, but not exactly in the same space as us, is what I would say.
Well, they could easily move into your space if they fancied to.
Obviously that potential exists, but they have so far, and they've been around quite a long time, they're totally committed to the social media route, and they were launched in the US, and they haven't yet launched in the UK, but they're talking about launching in the UK, I believe.
And the 50 to 75k, you said that's for product development?
Yes. The back office system, so we've got the handset application developed. We've recognised that in terms of raising serious funding to roll this out, we need to be revenue producing. And from the discussions we've had with SSL International and the Durex people, if we can offer them an end-to-end solution, they will take it as a free trial with a nominal fee to us. So we believe that we can recruit the likes of SSL and the Government Office Information, another example, JB Sports is another one we've spoken to. We believe we can recruit those guys with, I've got to say, we're going to make an attractive package as we can to build the case to go to the next stage of either raising further funding or securing some larger chargeable trials or rollouts with other organisations. But we've kind of taken an incremental view. It's to get us to complete the back office system so that we have an end-to-end, immediately saleable solution. That's where the funds are going.
And what about marketing and sales?
I've got to say that's the marketing sales is the thing that's come out of the spend, if you're with me, to just keep it down. The idea of marketing sales tactics is we've got to get these field trials away and produce case studies and reports of the metrics and the responses and the traffic we generate. Because we believe when we go with this new innovation I should say, to the traditional advertisers, particularly the agencies, they need to see proof that it works. And the marketing plans are likely to hit them with 1, 2, 3, maybe as many as half a dozen case studies that said, these guys have all used it, this is what they think, this is the traffic we've generated. Now, you go and sell that to your clients and contacts, and we have a revenue, the prices are all revenue share with agencies and or brand owners as well. So we are looking to convince them it works and then bring it to them as a solution.
So you want the 50 to 75k to finish the development, and then you will be raising more cash for the sales and marketing? Potentially,
I'm going to say yes, in that is the original business plan, that there is an additional amount of funding which would be the sales and marketing effort. But we do believe that once we've got the case studies, it could well become self-funding if things go as well as we anticipate.
Sadly, they never do in my experience.
Yeah, well, there is the fallback position is that by that time we will be revenue producing. And we've had a lot of interest in it. It's a popular innovation. We were down at Moby Tech Fest. I don't think manager will let me. I'll be too upset for mentioning it. We were finalists at Moby Tech Fest down in London 2 weeks ago. Almost everyone pitching with any success was already into the revenue area, and this is one area that made us realise we've got to get over the hurdle of generating revenue first before we go back and ask for either some serious cash to really aggressively market it. But I would stress again, I believe we will raise, once we're end-to-end and producing it, and we've got the case studies, I believe we can generate cash from advertising clients. And don't want to go on too long, but one of the issues is the delivery method. There's no incremental cost in delivering advertisement. The notion is it's a wireless or a 3G connectivity to deliver the content to the phone. So to deliver the advertisement doesn't in essence cost us anything. There's no bandwidth charge or delivery charge is what I'm saying there. So we believe we can make it very attractive to new customers to come on board and try it with us.
Have you, do I understand it correctly that you've not been able to field test this at all?
Because we've not got the back office system, we haven't actually field tested it as an end-to-end solution. We've talked to SSL and had face-to-face meetings at board level with them, and they are extremely interested. But the answer tends to come back to, when you're ready to deliver end-to-end, come back to us.
So how have you,
one last question, sir.
So I think one of the slides mentioned that you had Durex and COI with letters of intent.
Well, they are the guys that have said, we'd like to do the field trial. We want to. The Durex, the thing with Durex, as you know, the Reckitt takeover has impacted, unfortunately, for us. I think we may well have had a deal with Durex other than the Reckitt takeover. It's not died, but it's just been sort of placed on hold. And in the meantime, you know, we've realised we need to move forward. We're looking to complete the back end so we can go to someone. We'll go back long enough. British Airways, for example, with their advertising people. Again, the question has come back to us when it's complete. We're very interested.
So at the moment, you may come across unknown snags in the back end and not actually have a working solution.